Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Stacey Hansen. We've got a great show lined up for you today. My first guest is from New Awakenings. This is Kelly Kinderman. She's the owner as well as a therapist, and she's also one of our news partners. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
So today you're talking to us about eating disorders. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is? You see a lot of it in the media talking about it, but what truly is the definition?
Right. Eating disorders, you're right, you hear more and more about it now, but they've been around for a long time. But they're a really serious and sometimes life-threatening disturbance in eating patterns. And although they're treatable, they can be really complicated because a lot of times they're working in conjunction with another illness like depression or anxiety and trauma and addiction. So it can get a little bit messy, layered.
And there's a lot of different types too. Can you go into and kind of explain what those are?
You're right. There's a lot of variations to eating disorders, and it looks different for everyone. But the most well-known ones are anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating disorder. Anorexia is linked to the highest mortality rate for psychiatric disorders. People who suffer from that have a distorted idea of or perception of their body, their weight, and they tie their self-worth to that weight. They restrict their eating, their calories, and it can be really dangerous. Bulimia also is centered around weight control, but it comes from a different angle. It's easier to hide because a lot of times people who suffer from bulimia can keep their average body weight and hide it better, but they'll eat or they'll binge and then they'll force themselves to throw up or use laxatives or other diuretics or exercise excessively to maintain a certain weight. And then binge eating is exactly that. It's loss of control over how much you're eating. And most times people who have problems with binge eating are either overweight or at some point will become overweight or obese. So a lot of medical conditions that go along with that one as well.
Sure. And now, if someone out there is wondering if they have one or a loved one has one, what are some of the symptoms that people can look for?
There's a lot of them, and some are more noticeable, of course, like it's hard to hide excessive weight gain or weight loss, but also a change in social interactions. So if they're avoiding family or friend gatherings, that food is involved. If they're eating in isolation or saying a lot of times, I'm not hungry, I'll eat later, and they're never really sure if they eat. If there's a change in work performance, and more than likely your intimate relationships and friendships will be affected. But some not so noticeable ones are more devastating, actually. It's damage to our brain and our heart and our organs, bone and muscle mass wasting and breaking down, anemia, dehydration, more life-threatening things. With bulimia also looking for if you have a perpetual sore throat or swollen glands, or if you have a decay of the enamel on your teeth from overexposure to our stomach acids. So there's some things that, unless you're really close to somebody, you might not know, you might not notice, but they can be more devastating in the long run.
What types of people are the most likely to suffer from this? Is it mostly women? Is it a certain type of person, like maybe a really type A type of person?
Well, there is definitely a lot of research to try and find out, or to try and pinpoint some biological markers or social environmental things. But research does show that girls are 2.5 times more likely to have an eating disorder in their lifetime. Frequently it starts in adolescence or in your teen years, but I think it would be foolish to ignore these signs in anybody because anybody's susceptible to it, because it's not really about the eating or the food, right? It's more about some underlying internal struggle that they're going through. So I think everybody should be aware of watching for these signs with anybody in your life.
How is it treated then? Is this something that you can treat or that you can get over?
It is treatable. Unfortunately, there is a mortality rate attached to eating disorders because if they're long-term, there's other damage done to your body. But it is treatable. First and foremost, in severe cases, I would say seeking medical attention to stabilize your health again. In the context of therapy, I personally would use mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy to address some of the negative self-talk and perceptions they have of themselves. And then utilizing a nutritionist. But I think it's important to have a team of people helping, not just one.
Well, thanks so much, Kelly. It's really
Yeah.
good to get this information
Thank
out there,
you.
and maybe we help
Yes,
some people today.
It is important. Thank you for having me and allowing me to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. And
Yep.
stay tuned. We'll have more Talk of the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now is J&K Security Solutions. This is Jeff and Kim Beckman. They're the owners. Welcome, guys.
Good morning.
So tell us a little about your business.
Well, it's a business we started in 1985 in our garage. We originally came on as locksmiths and over time migrated into security and electronics. And here we are today.
So you've been in business how long then?
30 years.
Wow, congratulations.
1985, we started out of the home, and our first storefront was in 1987. So,
Wow, that's amazing. So now you're branching into security and electronics now. Why is that, and how is that going?
In 95, you could almost see the writing on the wall. People were putting in cameras, a lot of security systems, and we figured we needed to change and roll with the changes if we wanted to survive, and lo and behold, we have.
That's great. Now, home automation is big right now. Can you explain to our viewers what that is?
well, it's actually kind of the fun part of the business. It's basically using a smartphone or a computer to run a lot of different things out of your home. It could be your fireplace, your garage doors, your security system. Just about anything in your home can be automated.
All of your home entertainment needs, your heat, your cooling, your pool cover, your blinds, you name it, lighting.
Wow, it sounds so futuristic. Are a lot of people doing this now? Are you installing
It's
all
a
of this?
pretty large part of our business now.
Yeah, the kind of the up and coming part of it.
That's amazing. So now, in this day and age, obviously, if you feel security is pretty necessary for people. If someone out there is on the fence, why do I really need this? What would you say to them?
I always refer people to the competitor's commercial. It's on TV. When you see the wall going around the house, just giving you that sense of security and knowing that you can go to sleep at night, knowing you'll know if someone comes in. I look at security as a means to protect your loved ones.
I always say if the alarm goes off, the person's going to leave. They're not going to stick around. So.
Yeah, it's nice to know you have that security. Yeah, even in an area like this, we're not in a huge
Right.
urban area, but
It offers peace of mind,
it does.
and that's just a relief for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with all the other security companies out there, why should somebody choose you? If somebody now is thinking, okay, I think I need this, why choose you?
Well, I'd like to say we're a local family-run company, and we've been here a long time. I personally have worked on Park Street for 42 years, so I'm very familiar with the area. Our son is in the business. Our son-in-law's in the business. My brother has worked for us for 28 years. So it is actually a family-owned business, and we have about 40 employees now, so it's a pretty large family-owned business.
That's great. That's great.
Well, I was going to say the other thing is that we're probably one of the only companies that does it all. We do the security and the home automation. We do locks. We do everything. So it's like one-stop shopping.
That's excellent. So now how can somebody get a hold of you? What's your contact information, or where are you located?
Well, we're located at 1605 South Park Street. Website www.jksecurity.com. Phone number 608-255-5799.
All right, great. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And you stay tuned. We'll have more Talk of the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now is Gates Collision Centers. This is Courtney Collins. She's the marketing manager. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, sure. It's great to have you here. Now tell us about Gates.
Yeah, absolutely. Gates has been in business for 25 years. Troy Gates is our co-founder and owner, and Dan Blashka is our president and CEO managing the business today. My name is Courtney Collins, and I'm the marketing manager. I'm responsible for building business-to-business relationships with insurance companies, insurance agents, dealerships, and also corporate accounts. We fix about 13,000 vehicles annually, and we have 13 collision repair facilities in Wisconsin and in Illinois. Yeah, we're growing too, which is exciting. We also pride ourselves in winning gold for the Best of Madison for 2015.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Very exciting.
So what sorts of products and services do you offer?
Yes, we offer a lot of value-added services for our customers. There's two that I want to touch on today, one being our deductible and repair assistance. So if customers file a claim and they have a $250, $500, or $1,000 deductible, we can assist them where it's interest-free over a 4-month period of time. We also have repair assistance for customers who don't file a claim, but they're paying out of pocket for their repairs. We can assist them over a 2-month period of time. Like I said, there's no interest, there's no application fees or anything like that. Basically, everyone's approved. I also want to let you know about our virtual estimating program that's become really popular in the last year with us. Customers think I have to go to a collision repair facility, get my car, assessed and get an estimate, and that's not true at all. You can actually go to gatescollision.com. We have a virtual estimating tab that our customers can click on and just upload some pictures of the damages of their vehicle, along with some customer information. And as soon as they hit send, it gets sent to our desk review team to write an estimate, and the customer will get that estimate that day.
Wow, that's really convenient.
Yes, very convenient for our customers.
So what can somebody expect if they need to come in for repairs? I mean, nobody really wants to have to do it, but you're there to
Yes.
help. What can somebody expect if they've got to do that?
Definitely. Well, we understand that most of our customers have never been into an accident, so we want to make sure that we take the stress out of the process and that they feel comfortable coming to us. Our whole goal for them is to come in, drop off the car, let us handle all the details, and also we'll work directly with their insurance company. What's also great is our customers are dealing directly with experienced collision repair estimators and technicians, along with claim handling experts.
That's wonderful. It's good to know that your car's in good hands.
Yes.
So what do you like about working there?
Yeah, there's a lot that I enjoy. Our company is very family oriented. Not only do they offer a lot of fun family-friendly events, but they also give us the flexibility that we're very appreciative of. I also love the positive work culture that Gates provides. We truly all work together as a team, which is really great in all aspects of the business, really. Also, the exponential growth that has been going on within our company is creating many exciting opportunities for our employees. And lastly, too, our company is very involved in the community. Each year, we actually locate a damaged vehicle that we will repair, and we find a local charity in town and donate that vehicle to a family in need.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's one of the most special days of the year, definitely.
Oh, that's
for us,
wonderful.
so, yeah.
So what sorts of technology do you use to repair vehicles? You've got some special things there.
Yeah, we use state-of-the-art equipment for all of our structural and body repairs. We also recently invested in an aluminum clean room, and that's a specialized repair room that allows us to repair aluminum panels on all types of vehicles. We also are vehicle manufacturer trained with many vehicle manufacturers.
So tell us about your recent business growth. You've got a lot going on there.
Yes, we do. We've had extraordinary growth in the last 9 months. We recently acquired 6 body repair facilities in Illinois and also Wisconsin. You also are going to notice some changes within our business. Basically both externally and internally. Our branding will be changing, which is really exciting. Yeah. So
Cool. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today, Courtney. It was really wonderful to talk to you and find out what actually happens when your car's in that shop.
yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks so much. And you stick around. We'll have more Talk of the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now is Fireside Dinner Theater. This is Ed Flesch. He's a producer and director. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So now I have to ask, for anyone out there that's got stars in their eyes and wants to get their big break, can anyone audition for your shows, or where do you get your actors?
We audition in New York. I mean, our casts come from New York. We're a fully professional equity theater. We do have auditions in Chicago, but it's not a community theater. So if people, if there are people in the area that just, they've always wanted to be on stage, Fireside is a little beyond that. So we hire obviously very accomplished working professionals a lot of times. In fact, I can't remember a show where we haven't had at least 1 or 2 people with Broadway credits. So, but yeah, so I go to New York about 4 times a year to hold auditions for the shows, and go to Chicago as well. So the casts come from those auditions.
But that makes for some great, great high caliber shows right here in the area.
Oh, absolutely.
So your current show is Pump Boys and Dinettes. So give us the scoop on this.
Well, Pump Boys and Dinettes is it's a fun musical review, kind of a country rock flavor. It was on Broadway back in the 70s, 80s or so, and then it toured around the world. And it's about 2 guys who own a gas station across the street from these 2 sisters, the Cup sisters, who own the Double Cup Diner. So the guys in the gas station are the Pump Boys, and the Cup sisters are the Dinettes. And there's a couple of other characters, but basically it's a review. Really fun songs. It's funny. There's some very, very touching songs. It's all live music on stage. The cast plays the music, and it's just fun. I mean, it's no big message, no drama, but a lot of fun.
You just go to be entertained, and we need
Pump
that.
Boys is about as entertaining as you can get.
And coming up next is West Side Story. That's probably even more well-known, I'd say.
In my opinion, West Side Story is probably one of the 5 best musicals ever written. And of course, it's a moving, exciting musical drama comedy. It's based on Romeo and Juliet, and it's of course been done on Broadway. It was originally done in the 50s, and it's been revived 2 or 3 times on Broadway. There was just a revival last year. And of course, it's toured all over the world and been done lots of places. But as with most shows, classic shows, because sometimes West Side is well known, sometimes high schools do it, colleges do it. But a show like West Side you've never really seen unless you see a first-class professional production, because it's of course it's a lot of dance. It's a big dance show. Created by Jerome Robbins, who ran the New York City Ballet for a while and also created Fiddler on the Roof. And the dancers that we bring in are Broadway quality dancers. They're the same dancers you'll see if you go to see a big Broadway musical. And so, you may have seen the show somewhere else, but unless you've seen it with a professional cast of that caliber, you really haven't seen it. And of course, the movie won 10 Academy Awards. And but the stage play, there's always something special and different and better about seeing something on stage live.
Yeah. You really get involved in it so much more, I think.
Oh yeah.
It's an amazing experience. Now this is a dinner theater as well. How does that work? Do you eat while during the show? Or?
No, it's not it's a dinner theater in that you buy a dinner theater package where you buy the dinner and the show. But you don't sit at tables and watch the show. We have a restaurant, because Fireside was a very, very successful, famous restaurant for 15 years before they opened the theater. And then we have the theater, and they're 2 separate entities. You eat in the restaurant, and then you come in to see the show in the theater, which is, it's theater in the round. It's an arena theater, 700-seat theater. So it's the best of both worlds, because you do get great food, because Fireside's a really great restaurant, and you see the show for one package, but you don't have to sit at your table and hear clanging of dishes and stuff while you're watching the show.
Right. To interrupt all that great music that you're listening to.
So it really is the best, of both worlds. And generally, you go to a show, you're going to eat somewhere. So, and the Fireside is such a wonderful restaurant. I mean, the food is really excellent.
And it's just all right there. This is so fun and exciting. I want to go right now. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'd like to thank all our guests for stopping by today as well. And thank you for watching. So we'll see you next week.